I trained in a college in Birmingham, trained very classically and professionally, then worked in hotels, restaurants and cafes after that. And I always just felt like something was sort of missing, like I was just literally cooking food for customers that were paying and there wasn't really any more to it. And even though I got a little bit of responsibility and got to experiment in the workplace, there was never any other aspects to it. And then I had a little bit of experience working for a charity in Birmingham, which opened my eyes to the charity sector, the third sector, social enterprise sort of area, and it made me realise that when I'm cooking for something more than just feeding paying customers, it's a lot more enjoyable. So when I heard about chefs in schools and heard that they're basically trying to change the way that we produce food for young children, school children, anyone in education still, it really just made me think that is exactly what I want to do. And then it was a bonus that they were going to be working with Coin Street, because I absolutely love children. I think it's such an important thing to teach them from a young age about healthy food, about food in general, because the way I see it is there's a little bit of a barrier put up. I think in a lot of cultures and different backgrounds, they bring you up on food from such a young age, and it's such a big part of their culture and their community, and the children will eat the exact same as the adults. And then unfortunately, I think sometimes the way that food is prepared in schools and for young babies and children, especially in this area, there's a little bit of a difference, and we have this adult food, children's food separation, and I'm trying to break that down, and I give the kids basically exactly what I would feed the staff, what I do feed the staff on some days. I obviously make exceptions for the really young babies and people with dietary requirements and different needs, but generally they're just getting healthy food, all completely cooked from scratch. Variety of vegetables that they get their main carbohydrates, they get their protein, whether that's vegetarian, vegan or meat or fish. And then I make fresh bread every day that they get as well. That's part of the government guidelines. They always get pudding with their lunch, so sometimes when they don't necessarily want their whole big lunch, they'll always have something sweet after as well, but that's always healthy, made up with fruit or vegetables. The other thing that I try and do, as well as just cooking the kids the healthy and nutritious meals every day, is integrate it a little bit into their learning. The nursery are trying to teach them a lot of different skills from a really young age, and we're going to try and work that in with what I do in the kitchen. So today I was cutting up some of the fresh fruit with the oldest children, and we're teaching them knife skills, and we're also teaching them what a whole fruit looks like rather than when it's just been prepared already. And some of the things that we're going to look at doing are maybe baking classes, making bread with them, making cakes with them, so they can see, they'll learn how to follow a recipe, they'll follow shapes, and that will help with their general learning. But it's also a really fun way of getting them to eat different foods and try things when they've had involvement with the cooking of it. And another thing that I really want to be doing with the kids, which I've already done a couple of, is some workshops. So I'll go in the room and I'll teach them about different things to do with food, even when it's just getting them hands-on. If I ever make pizzas, I'll take all the different ingredients into the room, get them to build their own pizzas, and then they're so much happier about the end product and when they're eating it. And I also want to try and do some sensory workshops with the children and teach them a bit about the difference between taste, texture, flavours, smells, and everything else that surrounds food. So when the children do and don't like certain things, they'll be able to pick apart why and what they do like.